my name is Christina. Welcome to my YouTube channel.
Hello my beautiful people, how are we doing? Just trying to put my earrings on before we start this episode. How are all of you doing? What do you think of these earrings, guys? Hello, 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 hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm not doing too bad today. Do you like what I'm wearing today? Again, I'll be inserting a picture of what I'm wearing somewhere over here or over here for us to do an outfit check. But let us get into today's episode. So how are you doing? Actually, what do you think, guys, with what I'm wearing? Should I have it buttoned up? I think I will. Let me just look in the mirror. Yeah, I think I'll have it buttoned up. Let me have it buttoned up. I've got the mic on as well, so I don't want it to interfere with the mic, so let me have it buttoned up. This is a little cardigan, we call it in London, or a sweater you would call it in the States, that I got from TikTok. Someone was asking me, oh Christina, where did you get your cardigan from? From TikTok shop, guys. Very cheap and cheerful, very demure, and I'm wearing it here just to elevate it and give it like a 3D effect. I'm wearing my brand, the satin brooch. I have it in African print fabrics, and I also have it in these fabrics as well, which is like an organza. So how are we doing, beautiful people? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all the new subscribers, because I just looked at my analytics, and guys, I just want to say a big thank you. I appreciate you. Everything you've done for me in 2024, all the love, all the support, I am grateful. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. Sometimes you say to me, oh, Christina, you know what, you motivate me. Or sometimes you say, I was having a bad day and I came onto your channel, and just what I needed to hear is what you said today. But what you guys don't realize is you guys are helping me to keep going, because sometimes it's difficult to just, be motivated, to be moved, to be able to do things like this, because everyday life is not easy. But I'm grateful for you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So why are we here today? Before we start, look over this side or this side. I will be doing an outfit check on what I'm wearing. And if you're asking what I'm wearing, the sweater or the cardigan is from TikTok shop. I have it in 3 different colors. I have it in the red and I have it in the pink. So you'll see me over the weeks wearing those as well. But I think my favorite is this color. It's very demure, isn't it? Very considerate. And then I'm just wearing it with, let me show you here, my brooch, which we have here in a satin organza fabric. What do you think of it, guys? Let me know in the comment down below. So that's what I'm wearing today, and I'm wearing these earrings from Victoria Gems. And someone was asking me yesterday, because I put a little reel out, and they were saying, Christina, what have you got on your eyes? Very simple makeup today, guys. I just used the Chocolate by Juvia's Place, and there we have it, the Chocolate by Juvia's Place. Sorry, I've got 2 cameras, so if you see me looking on that side, it's because I'm looking at the other camera as well. So that's the Juvia's Place, the chocolate palette by Juvia's. And let me just show that to you. It's a very nice, natural. So there we go. You gotta focus, darling. I really like their artist work, the little women they have, warriors on their palettes. So this is called the Chocolates by Juvia's Place. And then on my lips, very simple, I am wearing Anastasia in Dusty Mauve. Let me show that to you. Yeah, that's the Anastasia in Dusty Mauve. Let me bring that to you here. And that's what I'm wearing on my lips. Just a simple makeup look, nothing too serious. And then for foundation, I'm wearing the Ilia. And I got this from Sephora in New York. Let me turn it this way. And there we go. So very simple, guys. I just wanted to wear a little simple makeup today. Makeup. And yes, so let's get down to this episode. Why are we here? Why are we back here just 3-4 days later after I posted the latest episode? You showed me a lot of love on that episode, by the way, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. So why are we here today? Just 2-3 days after I posted an episode about life update. Like I said, I would love to be intentional this year, or I want to be intentional. That's my plans, being intentional for the next couple of months and for the rest of my life. And I want all of you to try and be intentional about what you do in life. And being intentional, I would give 5 key factors or 5 key benefits of being intentional. Number 1, you will be able to reach personal goals. 2, better clarity in life, just being better in your reasoning, in your choices, having a positive mindset on life and outlook on life, you know, because I think there's nothing as good as having clarity in what you want to establish and what you want to achieve in life. So having that positive mindset, having clarity, and being deliberate about your choices is being intentional. Also, I will say reaching personal goals in life. I think we all have personal goals. So being intentional, it will also help you reach, personal goals. And it will also help you to maintain focus. I can't stress that enough. Because I think sometimes we can get so caught up, guys, so caught up in meeting other people's expectations that we tend to forget about personal goals or just things that we want to do for ourselves. So I think being very intentional is a good thing to work on. I spoke to you guys a couple of months ago or just recently about maybe just getting like a notepad. It doesn't have to be anything serious. Buy yourself a notepad and write down maybe 5 things a day in what you would like to do. And in those 5 things, if you can only carry out 2 or 3, then you've done well for yourself. Do not beat yourself up. Do not think to yourself, oh, I haven't done enough, I haven't done much. 1 thing, 2 things is better than doing nothing at all. So that's another thing when it comes to being intentional. Write down what you would want to do, because the way life is going, I think we just get caught up in every day to day. It's almost like we're on autopilot, or actually we are on autopilot, especially women, especially wives, especially sisters, especially aunties. And not to take away you brothers out there, it's the same thing for some of you, because I know some of you are single parents as well, catering for children of your own, with no mothers around. And likewise women, we're so engrossed in looking after the family, looking after children if you have children, being the bigger sister if you're a bigger sister like myself, that we can forget to do a lot of things, and most importantly, things for ourselves. So write things down. Doesn't have to be a lot, maybe 5, maybe 6. And if you can get around to doing 2-3 from that list every day, that's being intentional. I will also say, do not live in expectation of anyone, because guess what, guys, who did you come here with? When your mom, apart from your mom giving birth to you, obviously Jehovah God brought us here in his son Jesus Christ, but who do you think you like I say to people, sometimes we expect a lot from other people. Don't do that. Expect from yourself, because sometimes we expect so much from other people in life and we become disappointed, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I want you to expect things from yourself. The only person you have to answer to in life apart from God is yourself. The only person you have to expect, because sometimes we can live with the expectations of others. And I'll give you an example. I'm a giver of myself, and I love myself for that. We all have different personalities, we all have different strengths, And I think one of my strengths is I'm a people's person. I love people. I love talking to people. I love giving of myself. And sometimes if you're that way inclined, you can tend to maybe sometimes expect the same thing from others. But everyone's got a limitation. So the least you expect from people, the least disappointed you'll be. You know, sometimes we go expecting things from others because we think, oh, we're doing for, you know, we do so much in life and we kind of expect from others. Do not ever do that, because everyone you do not know or everyone you think you know is dealing with their own personal battles behind closed doors, you know. And when it comes to friendships, especially relationships, or what do they say, situationship, friendship, all the friendships you can think of in this life, husband and wifeship, friendship. Sometimes we expect a lot from people. Don't do that. Do the best you can, because we all have what? Limits. And not everybody can reach the limits that you can reach. Not everybody can reach what you expect them to do for you. And I say that to say, you know, we're not perfect. We're really not. And so we can't expect others to be perfect. So when we're thinking of this thing, when it comes to being, you know, expecting things from people, don't do that. I want you to go out and be your own expectation. Set goals for yourself, you know, and try to take baby steps to reach those goals. No one owes you anything. Don't think that anybody owes you anything, because the moment you start depending on people, the moment you start thinking somebody owes you, then you're set up for disappointment. And then the thing is, when these expectation comes and it happens, I think of it as a bonus, you know. I had a lot to reflect on this 2024. When I say a lot, I reflected a lot. And I told you guys I do therapy. I have been doing that for, I want to say since the age of 19. I more so got into therapy when I had my daughter at 22. I remember I used to just sit down sometimes and I would just cry, especially when I had my twins. I suffered from postnatal depression, but more so when I had my twins, guys. Sometimes I'll be out and the tears would just be rolling from my eye. And I'm a firm believer of God and his son, Jesus Christ. I rely on him for everything. You know, the Bible tells us not to depend on ourselves, not to depend and lean on our own understanding, but all things through God. You know, you're okay, you'll be fine. But someone said to me one day, I confided in a sister, and she said to me, you know what, Christina, as much as we have Jehovah God, he has put these professionals in place, and she was talking in terms of like the therapists, you know, the psychologists and all these people. He's put these people in place professionally to help us. And it's not that these people can take your problems away or can solve your problems, because a lot of the time, guys, and for all you who go to therapy, you'll know what I'm talking about. They sit down and they listen to you. You do most of the talking, you know. They do what they call CBT, cognitive behavior therapy, and that's all to do with your behavior pattern, you know, how you are as a person, your attitude towards life, your attitude towards people, your attitude towards yourself, and what that helps you to do. Like, for example, what was I doing last week when I was feeling sad? Or what was I doing last week when I felt better, when I felt happy? Maybe I went to the cinema. Maybe I went to the spa. Maybe I went on a walk. Maybe I went running, you know, and these are things I was doing and I felt a lot better within myself. Why was I feeling sad? Maybe I stayed in and I kind of focus on negative things like, why am I not where I'm supposed to be? Why did that person do this to me? Or why did that person do that to me? Or why is it the friend that I always call, I'm always calling my friend and they never call me? What about if your friend is dealing with personal circumstances that maybe they're not even talking to you about, that you're not aware about, you know? And that's some of the things I was talking about, friendships, you know. I think friends are sometimes can be very sensitive and very personal and very fragile, in a sense that you can have friends that you've been friends with for years, and then you don't see them 2, 3, 4, 5 years, maybe 10 years. But when you do meet up again, or when you pick up the phone to call them, or they pick up the phone to call you, it was like they never left your side. And that's what you call understanding, because life is so busy for all of us. It almost seems like you don't have time for anybody anymore, because it's one thing after the other. If you're not working, you're looking after the family, or you're looking after yourself. Or even sometimes to look after yourself, you don't even have the time. When was the last time, ladies, you think to yourself, oh gosh, I'm due for a pedicure or manicure, or I'm due to take off my fingernail polish? That's when you know, my gosh, life is really, really busy. Because sometimes I try to do it every 4 weeks, but sometimes it gets to where it's like, oh my gosh, it's 5 weeks, I haven't taken off my nails yet, I haven't gone to do my manicure. And that's because there's no time. But you have to buy at that time to make that personal time for yourself. And that's all to do with self-care, to go to the nail salon or parlor and treat yourself for your manicure, your pedicure. And that's literally finding that time and buying at that time to do that self-care for yourself. It's the same thing when it comes to friendship. Maybe you haven't spoken to someone in a while and you're sitting there maybe taking it personal or being upset. If that person hasn't called you, maybe because they're just busy with life, why don't you pick up the phone and call them, or drop them a line, or write them a letter. Gone are the days when we used to write letters to our friends, because everything to do today is all about technology. And sometimes we can become so engrossed in this technology, the mobile phone, the internet, the laptop, the computer, where we don't take that time to sit down and personally write letters to our family and friends. Do you like writing letters? I love it, old school, but I can't remember the last time, apart from doing my preaching work, sometimes I write letters, I can't remember the last time I wrote my friend, my family a letter. And that's something that I want to be intentional about this year, about just dropping a line to someone when I haven't seen them or I haven't heard from them. So I want you beautiful people to do the same thing, I think I've showed you 2 or 3 books on here. Another thing I want to be intentional about this year is trying to read a lot more. I've showed you 2 books. This is another book I'm about to show you, and it's called Off Your Digital Detox for a Better Life. I'm going to show it to the both cameras. So if I put this one out, you'll see it here. And if I use that one, and let me put my glasses on, because your auntie here, your sister here, can't see very well. The eyes are deteriorating as I'm getting older. So this book is all to do with having a better life when it comes to detoxing, and detoxing off the internet. It could be your mobile phone especially. And I know we need these things for life because of the way life is nowadays. Everything is digital. But sometimes you can get up and just put that phone away. And if you don't have to use it, maybe go on your laptop for work, or if something's really important, email, a friend, colleague, your family members, or anyone you need to get in contact with. Do it from your laptop. But this book here, I found very, very interesting. And I'll just read the summary. It says, feeling frantic, lost without your phone. Is that how you feel sometimes, guys? Lost without your phone? Exhausted, unable to relax or focus. It's time to switch off and reset. It says we tap, swipe, and click on our devices around 2,617, my gosh, 17,000 times a day. Can you believe that, guys? 2,617 times a day. We swipe, we click per day. It says we spend more time online than we do sleep. I can believe that. Even in our sleep, we are tapping. You wake up in the morning, phone. You get up in the morning, phone. You go to the toilet, phone. You're inside your bed, phone. Abi, put the phone down and rest. That's what this book is trying to tell us. It says, with so many ways to stay connected, oh sorry, I can't get the word out of my mouth, procrastinate and distract ourselves, it is not easy to let go. This canny little Bible will help you log off and wake up to less stress and more time. Enjoy real experiences, real connection, and real happiness. Reset your boundaries with carefully crafted exercise, wise words, and new outlooks from digital detox specialist Tanya Goodin. So if you can, guys, I will urge you to get this book, and it's only £5.99. There you go. I think I want to read one more page. Not one more page. Let me just read this little outset for you. It says here, email, tweet, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, message, call, browse, date, shoot, film, record, blog, note. Walk down any street, stroll through any park, step up into a bar, cafe, or restaurant, and everyone is what? Hunched over their mobile devices. Is that not true, guys? Do you find yourself when you're sitting, when you're on the bus, do you sit there to take the time to self-reflect? When you're in your bed, do you get a book to read and think? Or do you just sit there in silence and just think about life and reflect on, the day you had? Instead of that, you reach for your mobile phone. It says the technology designed to enable us has begun to what? Enslave us. Let me read that again, and I want you to put your comments down below if you actually agree with this. It says the technology designed to enable us has begun to enslave us. This book will give you your life back. It will free up hours of your time to rediscover the things you love by helping you to develop a what? A screen into wastebasket. Oh wow, I have to read that again. It says this book will give you your life back. It will free up hours of your time to rediscover the things you love by helping you to develop a healthy relationship with your digital devices. A digital detox isn't about hurling your screens into a wastebasket and reverting to a tech-free way of life. It's not about giving up the digital world altogether. A digital detox is about learning to live with technology in a way that's healthy. It's about balance. And I find that so interesting, but at the same time, it's so right. Sorry guys, let me take my vitamin. I forgot to take my vitamin today. Your girl forgot to take her vitamin. Some of you might ask me, what am I taking here? I'm taking my multivitamin, I'm taking my 7 C's, and I'm taking my iron tablet. There we go. So yes, my beautiful sisters, brothers, aunties, uncles, that's some of the things I'm talking about when I'm talking about being intentional. And that's what I would love, if you can, I think it's something that you have to learn and unlearn. I'm still doing these things myself. There's a lot of things through therapy that I'm learning how to unlearn because as I always say, we've all come from some kind of trauma in life, and hence why we are the way we are. The way we deal with people, the way we deal with ourselves, the way we talk to people, the relationship we have with our spouses, with our husbands, with our wives, with our sisters, with our brothers. I think it's all down to trauma and the behavior, and I think that was one of the reasons why I as much as I love fashion, I wanted to learn about the psychosis behind humans' behavior. And hence why just before the pandemic, 2 years prior, I went back to university to study healthcare, which is transferable skills, and it takes you into a variety of healthcare profession, one being mental health You know, I love psychology 101. I love psychology, the psychosis behind the way we humans behave. And I find that for myself, with the way I behave, is a lot of childhood trauma. You know, even sometimes maybe the way you were spoken to by your parents. And it's not that they meant you any harm. I think it's to do with generational trauma, that our parents sometimes spoke to us in the way they spoke to us. I was speaking to a friend the other day, and he said to me, do you know, my dad always used to say to me, if it wasn't for me, you would not have this British passport. If it wasn't for me, you would have never been in this England. Guys, that's not nice. But that father, maybe that's his way of showing love. You know, I even said to myself the other day, my dad would work from morning to night, and then when he came home, because my mom at that time had already passed away, he would come home in the evening and he would send my brother to go and, you know, down the road sometimes in Liberia to get what we call bony fish, to get greens, and he will come and cook. Sometimes if I couldn't cook, and, you know, he will sit down and eat. And that was his way of showing us love. Paying our school fees, that was his way of showing us love. I can't remember my dad giving me a hug. Did he love me? Of course he does. The same thing with maybe some of your parents. And I think I've made it intentional with myself and my children to tell them that I love them, to give them a hug when I can or when I remember to. These are not things that came natural to me because my mum did it to us. She loved hugging us. She loved telling us that she loved us. But my dad didn't, because maybe it's not something he was used to. And these are all things I think I grew up with, and, you know, the triggers of trauma. And so sometimes you went into relationships and you found it hard maybe to hug your loved ones. But these are things that you'd have to unlearn to be able to learn to be better people. So yeah, guys, these are the things I wanted to speak to you about just being intentional, you know. And like I said, 5 key points of being beneficial when it comes to being intentional. That is having personal goals or reaching personal goals, having better clarity into life, being present in life, having that positive mindset, because you're what? Making deliberate choices for yourself. Also, it's a meaning and being purposeful in life, you know. And like I said, sometimes we're on autopilot, you know, in living in expectation of others rather than living in expectations of ourselves. And, you know, as I said earlier on, one thing I don't want you to do is, you know, think that people, you know, owe you anything because they don't. And sometimes when you expect things from people and they don't meet your expectations, you feel disheartened, you feel discouraged. Just a little advice from me, just through personal experience, I want you not to be discouraged. I want you not to feel disappointed, because everybody behind closed doors is dealing with a battle that you do not know about. We're all dealing with unforeseen circumstances. We're all dealing with unforeseen battles, you know, whether it's health issues. But I just want you to be grateful and thankful for your circumstances, because sometimes when we hear about other people's personal circumstances, we think, wow, I thought I was going through something. There's a lot for me to be grateful for. And you then kind of appreciate what you have in life. I remember once upon a time when I first started all these health conditions that I'm battling with, I used to say, Jehovah, why me? Why me? You know, upon everything I've been through in this life, you know, I went through war. Obviously, I survived it, but that really, really messed with my mental health. I went through ABC. I lost my mom, you know. I went through days where we didn't have anything, you know. So why now the health? Why am I going through all these health issues? But why not? We're not perfect. And that's why we grow old and die. You know, that's why we get ill. But he has professional doctors and people that can help us, like the therapy that can help us mentally. Can they take your problems away? Like I said, no, they cannot. But what they can do is help you self-reflect. And that's why I'm a strong advocate for mental health. I'm a strong advocate when it comes to finding the right therapy, because sometimes you get the therapy and it's not what you need. That person doesn't gel with you. You can't relate to them. There's nothing wrong with also asking to change that therapy. Or you can go private if you have the money to. I think therapy for me was one of the best things I did for myself. You know, it helped me self-reflect. Till this day, I'm still doing it. When I feel like I need it, your girl checks herself in. Going back to the health issue, I said to you guys, I used to question God, like, God, why is all this happening? I remember the first time, guys, the very first time I was walking, I have osteoarthritis in both knees, most especially the right. And that's where it's just where the body wears and tears, and where you have this cushion-like, what can I say, substance, or I don't know how to use it in the medical term. For those who are doctors and nurses and all the professionals, correct me in the comment down below. I want to say arthritis is all to do with the different joints of the body, and it's almost like when you have your tire and in between you have that soft cushion part. So after time of wearing and tearing, it wears all the way down, and that's what happens with sometimes arthritis and just the body in itself. It wears and tears. And in my knees, the doctor explained to me that the bones are now touching each other and they're brittle. The same thing with my hands, the same thing with some parts of my hips. So I remember the very first time, guys, I was walking and I fell to the floor. Chai, let me come and speak my dad's native language. Chai, guys, I fell, I looked left, I looked right, and I said, I'm coming to the front so you can see me. I was so embarrassed, but the good thing is, as I looked left, as I looked right, guys, there was nobody. I looked at myself. A part of me wanted to cry. A part of me wanted to be angry, because I was like, for why? What's going on with me? Why am I falling to the floor? By that time, I didn't realize that my knees were giving in because of the wear and tear in my knees. And that's why, guys, I'm supposed to use a walking stick when needed, and that just helps with the balance, because I also suffer from a condition called vertigo, but that's to do with the menopause, the useless menopause that is menopausing. Sometimes I have vertigo where I feel dizzy, not all the time. I take tablets for that as well, but now I'm taking a lot of these things using a holistic approach, and all to do with what I eat, and just me trying to get intentional rest as well. So that's another thing, guys. Make sure you are resting. Very vital, very important, very considerate, very mindful. Make sure you are resting. So back to the topic. How long have I been talking for now? Hey, 33 minutes. I'm going to stop this soon. So yeah, I fell and I was like, Jesus is Lord. Jesus. I was starting to question, why did I just fall? How? Why me? I'm healthy, I'm strong. But guys, the body gives up. It gives way sometimes. Then I suddenly realized, I said, oh yeah, you better get yourself up from that floor and start moving. Keep it moving. Keep moving. Why are you feeling sorry for yourself? Because guys, sometimes when you hear about other people's health issues, you will now sit down. I said to myself, shift. You know, as they say in Nigeria, shift yourself, get up from that place and carry on walking. If you know what's good for your life, when you're going out and you're feeling some kind of way, jeje, take your stick and be going. Don't feel sorry for yourself. It's life. You know, you have people who are sports people, and to this day, they're in wheelchair, they can't move anymore. You have some people who can't even move. They're confined to walk wheelchair. So me falling on the floor is nothing. It's nothing. Because why? It's treatable. You have some people that are so ill, they can't get up from the bed. So when I think about all those things, and I think, oh my gosh, Jehovah, thank you. I'm appreciative of the conditions that I go through, but I know they're treatable, I know they're manageable, and I also just want to be intentional about how I look after myself, how I cater for myself. So that's about it for today, guys. I want you to be intentional about what you do this year when it comes to self-care, when it comes to looking after yourself, when it comes to expectation from your family, from your friends, from people that you work with. Don't really expect anything from anyone, because no one owes you anything. Not even your husband, not even your wife, not even your siblings, not even. They can help to contribute to what you might need in life. But most of all, I want you to depend and rely on yourself. I want you to go out there and be your own boss lady, boss man, businessman, businesswoman, or whatever it is you want to do. Because like I said, when we start to rely and depend on people and expect then we can become disappointed. And it's not that these people do these things on purpose to maybe not want to carry out promises. It's that life takes unforeseen circumstances and these people are not able to fulfill what they have promised you or what you expect of them. When it comes to friendships, don't expect too much from people either, because as I said, we are not perfect. But one thing I do want you to do is have love and understanding when it comes to people. Communicate, because sometimes, do you find that, guys, you've got friends as well, family members or etc., that maybe they haven't called you in a while, or maybe they're even angry with you, and you think, why is this person angry with me? What have I done? Sometimes it's not even that they're angry at you, they're angry at themselves. And I always say to people need to take a personal look inside themselves and reflection to see what it is that's making them angry, and they're taking it out on other people. Because if you know that you haven't done anything to anybody and for some reason you think they're upset with you, then you can go to bed and be very peaceable with yourself and know that the problem and issue is not with you, it's with them. But if you feel you can communicate with them, pick up the phone and call them and say, look, friend, sister, husband, wife, I feel like there's something wrong. Have I done anything, or is there anything we need to talk about? Once you get that communication out of the way, you can go to bed in peace knowing that you've done nothing wrong. And the same thing, sometimes you haven't seen anybody for ages, you haven't seen people for ages, and you feel a way to call them. If they haven't called you, pick up the phone and call them as well. It might be that they're just too busy in life. And at that time, find a time to talk to people, to ring them up. Find that time to visit that friend that you haven't heard from for maybe 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Reach out to them. Say, friend, loved one, I'm thinking about you. Can we make an arrangement to meet again, to talk about old times? Do that, and just be intentional about life and about things you want to do. I hope I'm making sense, because I'm all over the place. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk to you beautiful people today about, guys. And like I said, thank you very much for all your love and support. I live and love you guys. I cannot do this without you. I think I'm at 11,700 now. Let's get your girl this year to 12,000. I hope I can. Like I said, little old me, I'm no one. I'm just a middle-aged woman just trying to be happy, to be the best I can to my friends and family, and most of all myself, and be the best version of myself. But I'm so grateful to you guys for subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to like, because when you like, you help me reach a wider audience. Don't forget to subscribe, because many of you are watching still and you're not subscribed. But lately, every day I have like 1 subscriber. And sometimes people unsubscribe, I don't know why, and I'm not mad at that either. We all have personal choices about what we want to hear and listen to. And sometimes I might not be people's cup of tea. I'm not going to be upset, guys. So YouTube, I want you to do the same. For those of you who are thinking about doing YouTube, start now. Do not feel afraid. Do not feel you can't do it. For me, I always said to myself, if I can get through to one person, I've done my job. Because I do want to be a personal life coach. I've done courses for it. I need to do a refresher, and then I can be that life coach. If any one of you want to talk to me regarding life or any circumstances or situation, my email address is in the description box below in my YouTube. Contact me so we can have a personal chat about that. I'm just waiting for my license, but I'm still able to talk to you guys on a personal level. And professionally, that's coming real soon as well. So just all of these good things, guys. I want you to just really, really self-reflect on yourself this year. I want you to be intentional about what you do. I want to travel Africa this year and bring the goodness to Africa. So stay tuned for that. Pray for your sis. I go for my operation in a couple of weeks, and I cannot wait to improve the quality of my life so I can come and be great for you people. This auntie, this sister here can come and be great for you guys. And yeah, like I said, if you're thinking of starting YouTube, do not delay. Just start. Whatever it is you want to do in life, whether that businesswoman, whether that traveler, whether that, what else can I say? Whatever you aspire to be in life, do not put it off. It starts with you and it ends with you. Do not rely on anybody but rely on yourself. Would you need help? Will you need help? Of course. Ask for help from people and they will help you. But if anything where you're totally relying on someone, don't do that. Don't do that. Rely on yourself. Alright then guys, enough of me chitting chatting. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button so each time I post a new video, you can be notified. I love you guys. Until next time, stay blessed. I think next time I'll be coming up with a vlog, so look out for that. And after that I might do some fashion, who knows. Alright then guys, bye.
Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button below so each time I post a video you can be notified. Enjoy!